Hi, it's Therese from Lostinpaper and I'm here for Scrapbook Boutique, and today I'm going to share with you a really easy way to add some foil to your projects. Firstly, I'm going to stamp out a panel using some Altenew stamps. This is a really pretty sort of sketched flower set called Botanical Garden, and I'm using some Bristol smooth cardstock. This is a watercolor cardstock and it's a really nice bright white and has a nice smooth finish. So I am just stamping directly onto this. If it was a rougher finish, I probably would have used my Misty. I've chosen two of the different images from this set and I'm just randomly stamping them all over the panel, making sure that some of the images are off the edge of the cardstock. I'm going to use my Zig colours today to add sort of a real kind of rough watercolour effect, and the two ways that I add colour are either to use it directly onto the cardstock or add the colour to a block and then pick it up with a wet brush. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just smoothing out the colour, and I don't want this to be too perfect. It's going to look quite watercolory and a little bit messy, and that's fine. I'm happy with that. That's the look I was going for. So I'll leave you with the colouring now and I'll be back when all of that is done. So now that the panel is totally dry, I'm actually going to add some foil using this Deco foil adhesive pen. And what's so great about this is that you can actually add foil wherever you want to. So it's not sort of relying on something that you've printed out on a laser printer or something that's already prefab that you can add foil to. This pen allows you to add it exactly where you want it to, so I love that about this. I have just picked out a few spots on each of the flower that I want to highlight, and it is a little bit difficult to see where it is because it's a clear kind of glue, but I also decided to add just a few dots surrounding the flowers, and this pen activates by pressing down the end of the nib and that releases some of the glue, so that's why it kind of looks like I'm pressing down there. I have just a regular laminator here and I'm using a piece of computer paper as my carrier sheet, and I've just folded that in half, and then I can just add my panel, my coloured panel, image panel, and then add the foil. This is just some plain gold foil, and I lay that on top, and you have the foil side, the colour that's going to be showing, facing up towards yourself. So then I'm just folding that within the sandwich and then feeding it through my already heated up machine and just let that take it through. It does take a little while to go through, so I do speed this up. And obviously if you have a Mink machine that's purpose built for this sort of foiling, then you can just set it to the temperature that you need for whatever paper you're using and feed it through. So I'm just sort of peeling my carrier sheet away. It did sort of stick at one end of that, but that's not a problem because I have actually made the panel larger than what I need. I thought, well, that's just safer to do, and I can cut it down afterwards, and then can just peel away the foil. I will keep that because I'll be able to use that on another project, because I haven't used actually very much off that sheet. But isn't that beautiful? And now it's time to add my sentiment. It's another Altenew stamp. This is from the Painted Inspiration set. Has some beautiful sort of paint style quotes in it. And I am going to stamp this directly onto the panel. I have cut my panel down now to the same size as the card front. I didn't show you that process, but it's exactly the same size as my card front's going to be, and by using the Misty I can just keep stamping over top. And I figured it was safer to use the jet black archival ink because that should hold where I'm stamping over the foil images as well as on the watercolor cardstock. I'm just adding some ATG adhesive to attach the panel to my top fold portrait card. I'm just trying to think, what kind of card am I making? Yes, and it's all happening here today. Alright, so not much more to go, we're nearly there, and the last thing I did decide to do was just add a little bit of twine or a twine bow to the very top of the card, and this is just some plain black fine twine. And I do like to hold the bow in place, and to do that I have a micro glue dot and just using a pair of scissors. These are some non-stick scissors, and I can just simply place that in under the bow and then it won't move. And that's my finished card for today. Thanks for joining me. I've had heaps of fun foiling. Until next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.